Welcome back, everyone, to the Barney Family Athletic Complex for day 2, our medal round of the 2022 JRDA Championships. I'm Scott Chicken.
Stand by here.
All right, I'm standing by. What am I doing next? Oh, wait, we're continuing to talk. We are here for the third place game in the Open Division with the number 2 seed Tampa Bay Junior Derby taking on the number 4 seed Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby Sodak Attack. The teams will check their gear, and then we will do some lovely skate-out intros.
Third place game here, and then we will have the third place game for the female division, and then first place, then the awards at the very end. So stay with us all day.
So how did we get here, you ask? Tampa fell to the Cherry Blossoms Junior Roller Derby yesterday in the first game of the day, and Sioux Falls lost to Philly in our third game of the day, leading to the Cherry Blossom Philly lineup in our championship game this afternoon.
The full schedule is on the JRDA social media, that is at JRDA_rocks on Twitter. Also, Junior Roller Derby Association on Facebook, and the event page, the 2022 JRDA Championships on Facebook for the full schedule. Every 2 hours to 2 hours and 15 minutes, we have a new game today. And then, as we said, the awards after setting up following game number 4, the conclusion. So 4 games today like we had yesterday, each for a medal.
Medals are fun.
4 teams per division, and first, second, and third to be awarded.
Okay. All right, so let's meet our number 4 seed, the pride of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I give you Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby Sodak Attack. Number 1, Speed Diva. Number 128, Mo Wicked. Number 14, Die. Number 16, Spinderella. Number 19, Lexabro. Number 2, Mono Loco. Number 21, Jewel Blackheart. Number 24, Lil Miss Savage. Number 26, Thunderclap. Number 3, Babe Ruthless. 3025, Hank Killiam. Number 77, Judgmental. 86, Death Ray. Number 88, Atomic Anna. Number 91, Cuddle Killer. And number 92, Apocalypse. Sodak Attack are coached by Painmaker, Dusty Bibles, Emma, Red Fox, Care Bear, Hot Tamale, and Dirtbag. Once again, Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby Sodak Attack.
And in whites with not the Frankie Flamingo pink this time, the first place in the Southeast Regional, the Tampa Junior Derby All-Stars, Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby. All right, we have number 10 in Derby numerical order, Rain to Pain. 1217, Frico Suave. 127, Mars. 13, Taco Bella. 22, Princess Leia. Number 3, Abby Normal. 412, Pixie Dust. 42, Alligator. 44, Flomo. That's 557, Twisted Lace. 63, Mermaid Massacre. 666, Mean Bean. 76, Dragon. 789, Shark Bites. 975, Miranda Slambert. With the coaches, Rojo Grande, Pucker Punch, Lemonade, Peaches and Scream. Yes, the Tampa Bay Junior Derby All-Stars. Or you could say Tampa Bay. It could be. This is the third place game. Someone will leave with the third place medal.
All right, we are set for jam number 1, Mono Loco, jamming for Sioux Falls. And 789 Shark Bites with the star for Tampa.
If you weren't watching yesterday, and why weren't you, we'll explain the game as we go.
All right, Shark Baits pushing towards the inside. Mono Loco looking on the outside, but Shark Bites out first. Lead jammer, Tampa Bay.
Shark Bites, one of the more prolific scorers this weekend. Each team playing one game yesterday, up and over, and 4 points with the apex jump to start.
Yes, the super quick. Grab a couple of points, call off the jam. Holding Sodak attack scoreless.
Maximum of 4 points per scoring trip. You score 1 point on each opposing blocker you pass. And passing the hips is what counts. 30 seconds in between jams, and we reset now.
Frico Suave set to jam for Tampa Bay. And number 19, Lexabro, out for Sioux Falls. Pack lining up at the pivot line. Frico Suave right into the middle of it. Lexabro trying the inside. Bumped out of bounds. And yes, Lexabro called on the cut track penalty, dragged that toe out of bounds. So Frico Suave, lead jammer on the power jam.
One of several possible penalties, illegal maneuvers. Of course, nothing is egregious or intentional. If it was, then might be grounds for dismissal. However, 30 seconds in the penalty box. That begins once the skater sits down. So this is what we call a power jam. All the attention turns to just one jammer.
That one jammer, Frico Suave, with a beautiful hop in the last pass and spinning through the pack on this run. Oh, but called for the cut track penalty.
Oh, so yeah, Frico was the lead jammer, so lead jammer status goes away when you head to the penalty box, and the opposing jammer returns to play, so both serve, normally both would serve the same amount of time if they have to switch in the box, but this time both will serve the full 30 seconds since the opposing jammer was coming back into play. Lexabro.
And we are also going a full 2-minute jam as Lexabro finally clears. Completing the initial pass. He got the penalty in the first pass, therefore has to redo that initial. So Lexabro now eligible for points as he comes back to the pack. Beautiful offensive sweep from number 77, Judgmental. So 4 points up for Sioux Falls.
If you're orienting yourself, the benches are on either side of the camera, the penalty box practically below the camera. We can see skaters come in and out.
And both jammers through for 4.
Yep, see fingers in the air. And the white and the black on the wrist there.
And time runs out on the jam. An 8-8 tie for the jam, 12-8 Tampa Bay. Should mention Tampa Bay wearing white. Sioux Falls in the South Dakota teal.
Always 30 seconds between jams, and we play 2 30-minute periods, 26:50 to go in the first.
Princess Leia set to jam for Tampa Bay. And number 2, Mono Loco back out and lead jammer. First lead of the game for Sodak Attack. Forearm penalty being called on someone. And Mono Loco jumps in, but called for the misconduct. Kind of landed and took someone out, and that's not allowed.
Right. If whatever you do in the air, that's on you. So it is a jammer penalty, and jammers this time, yes, jammers will switch places because there was a jammer penalty also on Tampa. So we'll go the full 2-minute time limit again.
Yes, Princess Leia clears the penalty, or clears the pack, completes the initial. Mono Loco almost through. Low block penalty being called.
Princess Leia threw on the inside, and Princess Leia, one of the Derby seniors here on Tampa.
So 4 points apiece. Princess Leia again through for a second four and another swoop to the inside, freeing Mono Loco. So again, both teams tied at this point in the jam. Only 2 blockers on the track for Sioux Falls.
Direction called on Babe Ruthless for Sioux Falls. Everything has to be in the proper skating direction of counterclockwise.
So a 12-12 jam. Princess Leia pushing one more. Finally works out past Mo Wicked. And we rack up more. 16 total for each team on the jam so far.
The blockers have to stay legal, that is, stay close to each other. That's why you do not see blockers chasing the jammers.
Princess Leia through. Tampa back to full strength momentarily, but now sending a blocker to the box, and that has slowed down Mono Loco and gives Tampa the 4-point jam win, 20-16.
Wow. 19-18. Count with us. So net 2 for Tampa.
And net timeout for Tampa Bay as well. As we're 5 minutes into the game, and
20 and 18 respectively, the highest scoring jams of the game. And I don't know, that could also hold for the day, because looking back at some previous games, we had a 24-point jam for Frico Suave in Tampa's first game. Aside from that, let's see, 12, 16, a lot of 4 and 8-point jams this weekend.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's quite possibly Sioux Falls' highest jam of the tournament, as Philly very tight on the defense.
Teams have 3 team timeouts. They also have 1 official review per period. If you win the official review, then you get to use it again. If there's an official review, then the staff will inform us as to what that was about. And usually that's when we find out, because the people in the house can also hear us, so we won't pontificate on that.
Alexa Bro back out to jam for Sioux Falls, and 975 Miranda Slambert with the star for Tampa Bay. 3-on-3 in the pack. Alexa Bro almost through on the inside, but stopped. Miranda Slambert now pushing towards the front. Working, one to beat. Gets around Judgmental and grabs lead jammer.
So that's 75% on the lead jam call so far for Tampa.
Alexa Bro able to dash through. Keeps the feet in bounds. Completing the initial. Miranda Slambert pushing towards the front and works out of the pack. Calls off the jam.
Yeah, in the midst of the scoring trip, and then completes the scoring trip. And did that shut out the opposing jammer?
Not
no.
Quite. 1 point up for Alexa Bro, taking us to 36-27.
That jam is not over until the 4th whistle blast. That's why that's why everyone continues to play offense and defense till that 4th whistle. And passing the hips is what counts.
Sioux Falls continuing their 2-jammer rotation as Mono Loco back out, jamming against Shark Bites, and Shark Bites through first. Lead jammer, Tampa.
4 or 5 on the lead jam calls. Shark Bites with 4 points in the first jam. 1 complete scoring trip.
And a back block called on Shark Bites. So power jam and a third 2-minute jam as Mono Loco clears the pack.
Yeah, 3rd jammer penalty for Tampa. A back block if you run into someone from behind and cause them to lose their trajectory, relative position. Basically have an impact to gameplay.
Mono Loco back for but a forearm penalty called. You can't swim through the pack. or whatever other forearm pushing happens. So they will swap out as Sharkbite's standing but not released yet. So a slightly reduced penalty for Mono Loco.
Yeah, both serve the same amount of time, so we don't have to sit there and watch two jammers in the penalty box. It used to be a thing.
4 points up for Sharkbites on the first scoring pass.
So I believe each time there's been a jammer penalty, there's been another offsetting jammer penalty.
It's nice that they pair those up.
Coaches don't think so.
Big rollback for Sharkbites. Engages the tripod in the middle and gets clear for 4 points. As Mono Loco out of the box. Tries an inside lane but bumps to the infield. Has to recycle back.
Oh.
And Sharkbites out again. Third scoring pass for Sharkbites.
Straightaway action saying inbounds on the inside for those 4 points, making 12 now.
Mono Loco forced out of bounds. Sharkbites slices through. Jam comes to a close. 3 points up for Sioux Falls. 16 for Tampa, stretching their lead out now 52-30.
20-51 in the period. Yes, 16. That's the second double-digit jam for Tampa so far, and starting to bear out in the score a little bit. Also, we've had at least 3 2-minute jams out of those 5. So not many times to reset the roster out there.
Judgmental out to the jammer line for the first time today for Sioux Falls up against Frico Suave. And Frico Suave dances the line to grab lead jammer.
Lead jam all but one here in jam number 6.
Judgmental also clear and giving chase as the pack speeds up. Frico Suave in on a scoring pass. And Judgmental working around and gets an offensive assist from Mo Wicked.
Did not just blast through, found those openings, and again with offense and defense working of those 4 points. However, the 4 points met by Tampa, so 4-4.
And that takes us 56-34. Princess Leia back out to jam for Tampa. And number 21, Jewel Blackheart with the star for Sioux Falls.
Second jam with the first time we've been seeing the jammers for Sioux Falls today.
Jewel Blackheart pushing out. I see a multiplayer on somebody, or forearm called rather, on Princess Leia. So Jewel Blackheart with the power jam and lead jammer. Second lead jam of the game for Sioux Falls.
Lead jammer, as we've only seen like a couple times, lead jammer can call off the jam at any time or go a full 2 minutes. But if you're called on a penalty, well, that goes out the window. We will go 2 minutes.
We will continue our pairing of jammer penalties.
Again, both serve the same amount of time. The other jam, there we go, will be released, and the other one will serve that same amount of time.
Sioux Falls setting a blocker to the penalty box just as they receive the pivot back. And Princess Leia out to complete the initial.
Tampa in white, and the assist there by Mean Bean. Yes, you can do whatever you want with your teammates to help them.
Oh. Jewel Blackheart trying to turn to defense, but not able to close down Princess Leia, who's through for 4 points. Jewel Blackheart trying the outside edge, knocked out by 666 Mean Bean with the roll all the way back to the jammer line.
Yeah, Mean Bean once again with the defense, one of the veterans here on Tampa, wearing the stripe on the helmet, which means you're a pivot, and more on that when it comes up.
Jewel Blackheart finally clears the pack with 4. Princess Leia also grabbing 4. As this 2-minute jam down to 20-ish seconds to go.
Constant communication happening in the pack and also from the benches and teammates.
And Jewel Blackheart slides through sideways to rack up 4. Princess Leia caught in the middle, pushing. against Mo Wicked as time runs out on the jam.
Everybody scores again.
Yes, Princess Leia grabs 3. And that will take us to 15-8 on the jam, 71-42, 17 minutes to go.
Coming up next is 11 local time, or about 2 hours it will be, more or less. The female division third place game, Foco and the Pixies.
Miranda Slambert with the star for Tampa. Lexabro back out to jam for Sioux Falls. Miranda Slambert fighting at the front, 1 to beat, and is able to get around, and we're seeing a forearm penalty called. So once again, Sioux Falls down to 2 blockers on the track. Miranda Slambert ducks low, avoids the hip check from Judgmental. Picks up 4 points.
Lexapro still on lockdown. Has not reached farther, till now, turn number 2.
Yes. Finally, Lexapro clears. Now on a scoring run as Miranda Slambert picks up 4 points, calls off the jam.
Tiptoeing inbounds. The footwork of roller derby skaters, always amazing to watch. Staying in bounds, just barely, but there is a rope in those lines. That way skaters can tell, usually without looking down.
Mono Loco set to jam for Sioux Falls. Shark Bites with the star for Tampa.
Now, of note, despite what you're seeing in the score, that was the first scoreless jam for Sioux Falls, the Sodak attack, since jam number 1.
Shark Bites out quickly, lead jammer. Mono Loco also clears the pack. As Sodak attack, both teams now back to full strength. Large pile-up crowd in the middle. Jam is called. Mono Loco attempted the apex jump. Not able to land inbounds. 4-0 run for Tampa.
So, okay, that's the third scoreless jam for the Sodak attack. So far, Tampa has scored every single jam. Oh, no, okay. 4-1, net 3 for Tampa.
So did get the feed inbounds. All right.
And that is also why it helps we have officials, referees everywhere, and 30 seconds between jams, and we'll take timeouts to work that out if need be. Lead jam, Tampa.
That is Frico Suave with the star for Tampa Bay. Jewel Blackheart forced to the infield and recycling. Now again, pushing.
Talk about staying in bounds. Do it however you can.
That is 4 for Frico Suave and Jewel Blackheart to the penalty box.
Oh!
So power jam. And 4 more points for Frico Suave.
I've seen pictures of Frico Suave just defying gravity.
That was a very suave move, slicing through the pack untouched.
Oh, that's now, you see, closing the inside, however.
And called
A
for
high
a
block.
high block. And we will see Jewel Blackheart had already been released from the penalty box and is now working to complete the initial.
This jam will go the duration, 49 seconds.
Yes, Jewel had, there was a out-of-play penalty on the takedown, so able to get up and go back in. Didn't have to roll back behind the pack.
That's right. If you're down, you're out of play. This is as good as being out of bounds as far as eligibility goes.
So this is now Jewel Blackheart's first scoring pass of the jam. Able to work past Mean Bean to grab 4 points. As Frico Suave returns to play. Time ticking down on the jam. Frico Suave not able to stay in bounds. So close. As Jewel Blackheart still trapped at the front by Tampa.
Frico Suave, another one of the Derby seniors on the Tampa team. And wow, again, everyone scores. And 16-6, net 10 for Tampa. And
next up, we will see 789 Shark Bite jamming against number 77 Judgmental.
12:09 in the period, set to be in jam number 11 after this timeout.
And we will take an official timeout for a moment.
This is the third place game for the Open Division. Every game today for a medal. Our next game will be at 11 local time, or about 90 minutes from now. The Foco Spartans, or rather the Cryptia from Fort Collins, Colorado, meeting the Pixies. From the state of Washington, right? Or
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Spokane, Washington, the pride of the Inland Empire.
I'm kind of pushing everybody in the Northwest closer together than what they already are, but okay. Female division concludes with the first place game at 3:15 local time. That will be the Santa Cruz Derby Groms against Rose City Junior Derby. We saw them in the fourth game last night. A rain delay on that, but thank you for staying with us. That will be for the championship of the female division.
We're just taking a real quick official timeout to address some procedural things, and we'll go ahead and get Derby started right now.
Thank you. The championship game of the Open Division will be in between those two games we just talked about, 1 p.m. local time, with the Cherry Blossoms and Philly championship of the Open Division. This division you're watching right now.
And we are underway. Shark Bites out first, lead jammer for Tampa. Tampa sitting at 99, Sioux Falls 49. Judgmental heading to the penalty box for a high block. And Shark Bites through quickly. Grabs 4 points. As the pack slowly ticking around, Tampa waiting, Shark Bites approach, and Shark Bites right through. No actual biting involved, just sliding through the pack.
Other than 7 eating 9, and more defense this time. Just bowling past. And then jumping past.
Bowl, jump. It's all worth 4 points. 12 total on the jam.
Well, Speed Diva with the first line of defense there. That did take a few seconds.
And Judgmental out of the box and completes the initial pass. 4 more up for Shark Bites. And Shark Bites calls off the jam, holding Sioux Falls scoreless. They will stay at 49 points. Tampa now 115.
That is the most points unanswered in a single jam between the two. Usually some of those offset.
And we have a team timeout called by Sioux Falls, which gives us enough time to mention the officials. Our officials for this game: Ultraviolet Blue, Darth Mauler, Loud Llama, Talia Up, Zookeeper, Snarkamedes, Slip and Slide, Space Racer, Tank, Doesn't Matter, Colin M. Fairley, Elemental, Master Smasher, Jose Canscato, Panic at the Lolo, Synapsing, and Fighting Girlfriend. We thank them all for their service.
Yes, thank you to the referees, officials, volunteers, everyone making JRDA Champs possible. The first hashtag JRDA Champs since 2019, coming from all over the country, coast to coast, border to border, and plane to plane, right here at the Barney family. And more on that later as I remember the last name of it. But Queen Creek, Arizona.
Lovely rainy Queen Creek, Arizona. Miranda Slambert jamming.
It's a dry heat.
Yes, jamming for Tampa and is lead jammer. And we got Lexapro with Star Sioux Falls also on a scoring pass. Lexapro, not able to keep the feet in bounds. As Miranda Slambert tumbling towards the front.
Jam called for skater safety. Unofficially 10:14 on the clock. Another 30 minutes of Derby after this. We have a full medical staff on hand, watching the games closely.
And Miranda Slambert up and skating over to the tent to get checked out.
Also, for one game yesterday, doubling as the screen for the scoreboard.
Yes. So 4 each on that jam, taking us to 119.53.
So by now you probably have an idea of how the game is played. So different strategies, different kinds of things that are legal and not so much that, again, we'll bring up as we see them. At 10:14 here in the first. First game of 4 today. And part of what you see on day one of a tournament, everyone's skating on different types of surfaces, playing roller derby. You can play flat track roller derby anywhere you have a flat track. And different places have different feels. More on that in a second. All right, just continuing. Yeah, some, and you also have different wheels, which skaters can talk about more. I don't talk about my skating, but different wheels for different surfaces, and that can make any surface, anywhere from smooth as butter, rough as sandpaper, or slicker than an otter's pocket.
I was unaware otters even had pockets.
Exactly.
This is good to know. I have new respect for otters.
That's why most, not otters, but that's why most skaters, any breed, but most skaters travel with multiple sets of wheels just in case.
We're taking an extended timeout to address some of the electronic penalty tracking and just give us a couple minutes to get that resolved.
Thank you.
All right, that would explain why my scoreboard wasn't working right in front of us, and I'd have to look at the one at the far side of the track.
Yeah, not to pull a Bobby the
lazy.
Brain Heenan and say my monitor went out, but our monitor went out.
Exactly. Well, during this time out, I'm going to share a few fun facts about South Dakota, since the fine Sioux Falls team was willing to provide them. South Dakota total population, less than 900,000. Sioux Falls is the largest city in the state. Over 30% of the state's population reside in Sioux Falls. So please follow up with Bobby Narco later to find out what that count is. Because I'm not going to do that now. All the skaters on the Sodak Attack live within 20 miles of Sioux Falls, and Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby is the only junior roller derby league in South Dakota, and their nearest league, JRDA league, 237 miles away in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Meanwhile, shark bites can do a handstand. That's one of the facts from Tampa. and that referee saying don't do that.
Did not get penalized though, so that's good.
No, we had worms and all sorts of things between game 3 and 4 yesterday. No, if any of you travel into Tampa to multiple spring break swarms and Frankie Pankies in the past, at the Tampa airport there is a gigantic flamingo literally coming out of the ceiling where the beak is like the height of a human. Get a picture next time.
All right. Hey, look, we're back to roller derby. And Shark Bites is clear. Lead jammer, Mono Loco, your jammer number 2 for Sodak Attack. Shark Bites left to right. Forced out forearm penalty thins out the pack as Mo Wicked heads to the box. And Mono Loco clears, pushes Shark Bites. Shark Bites calls off the jam, a 4-0 run. Now 123.53.
So, yeah, 4-4 on the previous jam, 4-0 on this one. Things slowing down a little bit as far as the scoring goes, but that's only been like 2 jams worth. Not too much of a trend yet.
Nope. 2 blockers on the track for Sioux Falls, and Frico Suave through with the shoulder on the outside edge. Lexabro also trying the outside, nothing doing. Frico Suave quickly through for 4 points as Lexabro finally clears the pack. Frico Suave hops the corner, lands it, calls it. A fast 8 points and holds Lexabro scoreless. Taking us to 131-53 with 8.5-ish minutes to go in the period.
Yep, 30 more minutes of Derby after this. This the third place game, the silver medal game for the Open Division. Official review, blue. We'll find out about the official review once the review happens. We can't pontificate because the live audience can also hear us. The Open Division will conclude the gold medal game, Cherry Blossoms versus Philly at 1 p.m. local time, which is 3.5 hours from now. The female division, day 2 begins with the third place game at 11 local time, which is about 90 minutes from now. That will be Foco and the Pixies. And then at 3:15 local time with Santa Cruz and Rose City.
Santa Cruz Rose City will be a rematch of the Western Regional, I believe.
Yeah, these 4 teams that we're seeing in the female division all did meet in various combinations.
Yes, indeed. And in that championship game, Rose City beat Santa Cruz 166-99. I'm sure Santa Cruz armed for revenge. Officials discussing. And once they come to their conclusion, they will no doubt announce to us, and we will all know what this was about.
If you win the official review, you get another one for the period. And it used to be that when you called the official review, you had to have the referees talk about something. You don't have to do that anymore. You can also use it as a 4th timeout. And they'll point that out, too. So as announcers, we don't have to try to guess what happened in that last jam. Like, no, it looked fine to me.
Official review was to request a forearm penalty on the white jammer as a result of coming back from the penalty box and having the blocker go to the ground. After discussing this with the additional outside pack refs, we determined that the no call will stand. Blue will not retain their official review for the half.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Nobody, no points changed. Nobody moves. We set up for our next jam with Sharkbite set to jam against Jewel Blackheart. Whole pack right at the jammer line, and Sharkbite does not care. Quickly up the inside lane and through. Jewel Blackheart held up a bit, now finally finds room on the outside to break free. Sharkbite going high, jumping over, picking up the 4 points.
Generally, if you control lead jam, you control the game, and that is what's happening here.
Yes, indeed.
Just going down the what has happened in these 15 jams.
And Sharkbite waiting and rolling around just to the last minute to call that off to lock in the points. A 4-0 run. And we have another official timeout.
Points haven't shown up on. Yeah, the points haven't shown up on the board. We did see the fingers in the air. It'll be made official momentarily, but.
Yes, indeed. All right, we are back. Princess Leia back out to jam for Tampa. First time in a number of jams. And stumbling, bumbling through the pack, but grabs lead jammer. Meanwhile, we've got number 2, Mono Loco, jamming for Sioux Falls. And Mono Loco is also clear as Princess Leia. Bouncing into the pack and pushing through on the inside edge. Yes, feet inbounds. Yes to 4 points.
So what they call a textbook jam, 4-0.
Indeed.
Scoring kind of slowing down since Jam 11. So 5 jams ago, highest scoring jam has been 8 points. A lot of being able to call off the jam because there haven't been jammer penalties either.
Yes, that is certainly aided. Easier to have a slow-scoring jam when you're not going 2 minutes. Little Miss Savage jamming for the first time this morning for Sioux Falls. Shark Bites with the star for Tampa. And Shark Bites gets past all 4 Sioux Falls jammers, or blockers rather. And Little Miss Savage clears the pack as well. Shark Bites goes to the inside, calls off the jam.
And sometimes it's not necessarily leaving the inside open, it's just the inside is there and jammers can do it.
Get the feet over. Grab your 4 points, call off the jam. 6.5 minutes to go in the first period, 139-53. Frico Suave back out for Tampa, Mono Loco. Set again to jam for Sodak Attack.
5 jam, 20-point rally.
And Frico Suave keeps the foot up and inbounds lead jammer Tampa Bay. That's 4 straight leads for Tampa Juniors. Direction to play called. Sending a Tampa blocker, and there's 2 points up. Mono Loco able to sneak in 2 before Frico Suave called off the jam. A 4-2 run. Now 55 Sioux Falls, 143 Tampa Bay.
5:38 in the period. Playing 2 30-minute halves by the rules of flat track roller derby.
None of this 3 20-minute periods or 4 quarters for us.
No, but thanks for mentioning the 320s.
I believe you said it yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. I also remember Shark Bites being lead jammer because it's happened a lot and happens again. This time Lexabro, though, quickly through and given chase. And Shark Bites opts to call off the first scoreless jam for Tampa. A 0-0 shutout, but burning some clock. As we're under 5 minutes to go in the period.
Yep, always 30 seconds between jams, no matter how long or short that previous jam was. The only thing that stops the clock is clock stoppages such as injuries or timeouts, or official timeouts, team timeouts.
Micro pack on the track, 2 blockers each side. As we've got Jewel Blackheart jamming against number 22, Princess Leia. Princess Leia out first, lead jammer. Jewel Blackheart quarter to lap behind. As the penalty box beginning to empty out, now 3-on-3. And Princess Leia hopping through, collects the 4 points, calls off the jam.
There's room in the penalty box for each team, the jammer and 2 blockers. If a 3rd blocker or a 4th blocker, as we've seen, gets called out, then they have to self-report to the box and then go back into play, and then when a seat opens, go back. So that turns into a mess.
That's a kind way to refer it.
Well, I'm not a coach, too, but yeah.
Taco Bella jamming for Tampa, but Mono Loco through first, lead jammer. Sioux Falls, first lead jam in quite a number for Sioux Falls. And Mono Loco spins through but drags the foot over the line. Taco Bella finally clears the pack for the initial. Mono Loco looking to the outside, now to the in, accelerating past all 3 water falling blockers. Calls off the jam. And a 4-0 shutout for Sioux Falls.
What a maneuver on that scoring trip. .255 in the period.
Frico Suave at the line for Tampa. Lexabro jamming for Sioux Falls. 4-on-3 advantage in the pack for Tampa.
And just like that, jam number 22, as the jams are going quicker and quicker with no jammer penalties in quite a while.
Frico Suave lead jammer now approaching on the scoring run, sizing up the apex, cuts back to the end to get through. Lexabro clear. Frico Suave accelerating up the backstretch.
And somehow on that first on that first scoring trip, maintaining speed through the pack, this time caught and reset, careful not to cut track, and completing the trip.
And Lexabro slides just enough out of bounds and did not follow the feet back out. Called for the cut track, so power jam and 4 points up for Frico Suave. 8 total on the jam and a third pass coming now. And Frico Suave calls off the jam, takes the 12, locking Lexabro in the penalty box and giving Mars a power start for their first jam of the game as jammer.
For those watching on YouTube, you can now see day number 1 in its entirety. If you go back and refresh the page, day 1 in its entirety now visible on YouTube. You can check that out throughout the day.
Official timeout called. Tampa at full strength on the track for this jam. Sioux Falls 1 blocker and the jammer in the penalty box. Oh, and Flomo called for an illegal re-entry call. So that will thin Tampa down to 3 blockers.
Yes, here live from Queen Creek, Arizona, at the Barney Family Sports Complex that is southeast of Phoenix. An indoor sports complex like you may have seen before. We've had roller derby out before. There's turf on the other side, which you can't see, but huge facility here.
All right, we are off on the power start. Mars with the stars upon Vars and forced out of bounds and recycling across the middle of the track. Keeps the feet in on this time. Mars going up against Hank Killiams. Knocked to the ground, and Lexabro out of the penalty box grabs lead jammer as Mars was held up. Mars pushed to the end, has to recycle again. Lexabro now on a scoring pass.
Whoa! Maintaining speed on the outside.
And that is 4 up for Lexabro as both teams now back to full strength. Although I heard a cut track call on Mars. So power jam now for Lexabro.
It is possible to come out of the penalty box and earn lead jam if that status has not been claimed by the jammer that started.
Lexabro adding 4 more, now 8 total on the jam. Third pass, Lexabro goes airborne, comes down, makes contact, and called for the cut track. Was gestured by the team to go in early, but did not roll back enough. So that will free Mars and give us a 2-minute jam as lead has been lost.
Yeah, you at home probably saw those signals and were saying go, go, but no.
Star pass off to number 63. That's Mermaid Massacre, and Mermaid Massacre picks up a penalty as the jammer.
I believe it was the first star pass. The as we had mentioned before, when that comes up, the pivot, the stripe in her helmet is able to receive the star. They cannot take it away. They can receive the star from the jammer and take over as jammer. Lead jammer status does not go with that, though.
No, it does not. Lexabro out and through. picks up 4 points, gets a little clarification from the ref. Hey, how come I got that cut track?
Celebration from the Sodak attack as finishing the period with 12 points, up to 74.
And they will start the period on a power start, as I think Mermaid Massacre is still caught in the box at the end. So that takes us to halftime. Our intermission score, 159-74. We will take a 15-minute break and be back with the remainder of our third place game. Welcome back to day 2 of the JRDA 2022 Championship Tournament. Scott Chicken here with standby. And let's a quick look at the penalty board. So the penalty trackers were using tablets that failed at some point during the first half. But I do know that we had at least one skater for Sioux Falls with 5. No, wait, maybe that's 6. 2, 4. That is 6. I can count. And a couple with 3 and 4. Meanwhile, on the Tampa side, at the time that they failed, we had one with 3 and a couple with 2 and 1. So possibly look for some foul outs later on in the game.
There were a number of jammer penalties in the first half of the first half, and then a couple towards the end of the first half. Middle was cleaner and seemed to be faster paced. That was also when the score started settling down to single-digit jams as opposed to double digits on both sides.
Yes, too many 2-minute jams going in that first half, I think, for everyone's comfort. It was intriguing that they were being so equitable. Like, your team got a jammer penalty, we'll get one too, just to keep you company.
I have not seen it at this rate. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 times that happened. And then from one jam to another, opposing jammer penalties happened 1 or 2 other times.
Yes, and we only had 2 power starts, one in the first half and one coming up right now.
Yeah, time in the penalty box pauses in between jams and also in between periods.
Exactly. So Mermaid Massacre heading to the penalty box now to start the second period. Had the star pass at the end of the first half and then picked up a cut track with just barely enough time to stay in the box over halftime. I was let out of the box at halftime. Let's be serious. They don't have to sit there the whole 15 minutes.
Nah, just self-report.
All right, Swoopy has swooped. We are set to start our second period.
You know what has not happened in this tournament yet, and I've seen it at the adult champs too?
Yes.
People going at the rolling whistle.
Well, that's because, juniors are better at that than adults. They're not quite as keyed up.
All these we're all having a good time here, and in fact, we say that a lot of these teams, a lot of these skaters know each other, and they do, and eventually will possibly become teammates because the World Cup tryouts happen starting tomorrow right here in this facility, and also various other locations throughout the United States. More on that between periods. You'll see the details on all the locations and where you can go for information on the World Cup. Junior Roller Derby World Cup happening in France next time, but tryouts for the USA team begin tomorrow. This is the bronze medal game of the open division. After this, we will have the bronze medal game of the female division. Speaking of female division, shout out to the Duval All-Stars from Jacksonville, who are now having their pool party that I thought was happening yesterday. Either way, I'm not there.
You can have a pool party both days. Mono Loco's having a lead jammer party, grabbing first lead as Mermaid Massacre had maybe 2 seconds in the penalty box left at the end of the first half. The Mermaid Massacre now out and heading back to the penalty box for a high block. So power jam resumes for Mono Loco. And Mono Loco picking up 4 points.
An explosion of gear happening, something else on the track. But eventually someone will figure out what part of their knee pad is missing, or elbow pad.
It's like Charlie Brown getting hit by a baseball. Mono Loco, third scoring pass, trying to get through, but reabsorbed and captured by Dragon, but able to get past Dragon, and Dragon picking up a penalty as well. As Mermaid Massacre now back out of the penalty box. I believe Dragon picking up a bonus penalty there. Mono Loco accelerates at the inside edge. 4 more, 12 total, or 16 total rather, on the jam. I missed a pass apparently.
Yep, and 3-3 on the defense right now. Inside.
Mono Loco airborne, keeps the feet in bounds, but 666 Mean Bean with the run up to the front, not quite able to stop Mono Loco. Now 20 points, definitely Sioux Falls' largest jam of the game and the tournament. Mono Loco bumped out of bounds.
Oh, and a cut on Tampa.
So Mermaid Massacre once again back to the penalty box as Mono Loco adds another 4, a 24-point jam, and calls it off.
A minute 53 of Derby and 24. Is that it? Anyway, that is a game record for either team. 24 as it is, yes, unanswered points for the Sodak attack.
And that brings them to 98. Tampa held at 159. And Mermaid Massacre will start the second straight jam in the penalty box. Alexabro jamming for Sioux Falls.
This is essentially like been about 2.5 minute power jam, more or less.
It has. Lexabro forced out and runs into Frico Suave as the Tampa defense swarming, but Lexabro able to get through lead jammer Sioux Falls. Sodak attack losing a blocker to the penalty box. Lexabro now rolling up on the initial scoring pass. As Mermaid Massacre out of the penalty box, bumped out by Judgmental and rolled back. Lexabro trapped behind the pack at the front as everyone, and by everyone I mean like 2 people, collapsed. Just looked like everyone was going, but then not quite. Lexabro through for 4. Lexabro cutting to the outside. Mermaid Massacre forced out and rolls back. Stepping over Speed Diva on the way through and almost completes, but not quite. That was Mo Wicked with the hip check, and now the long run back. Mermaid Massacre finally back in and completes that initial pass. Lexabro completing the second scoring pass now. 8 total. Mermaid Massacre forced out again and more rolling back.
Oh, and more defense. That by Rain to Pain.
Oh, yes, Rain to Pain bringing the pain with that shoulder check. Knocking Lexabro to the infield. Lexabro again, bumped to the ground, looking to the outside.
Yep, Speed Diva is, okay, apparently not in play. We're looking for a did get the cut.
And another. So an 11-4 run as Mermaid Massacre able to pick up 4 points on one pass.
Yeah, if someone,
and we will see an official review coming from Tampa Bay.
If someone blocks you out of play and then you cut in front of them, that's okay. They were out of play. But if they were in play, then it counts as a cut. And sometimes, referees will check with each other on that before making the call.
Right, because the line is close. Like, where were you? What had been signaled? All right, official review coming from Tampa Bay.
And also, as far as out of bounds being fairly obvious, at least to viewers, but those blips on the track are 10 feet away. That's how you can tell pack definition also. Someone's still missing part of their pad, so they'll, as I say, unfortunately, they'll eventually find out.
We'll be auctioning it off later. Another fundraising opportunity for the JRDA.
Tampa is requesting the review of the cut call on White Jammer 6-3.
All right, as expected, perfect use for your official review as our Mermaid Massacre is currently sitting in the box for a second straight break between jams.
Live from just outside of Phoenix, right here, the Junior Roller Derby Association Championships, first one since 2019 here at the Barney Family Sports Complex. Used to be farmland here. Newell and Catherine Barney building this facility and been a staple of Queen Creek for over a decade. Lots of development around here also, and
yes.
no coincidence at all from having a great facility like this around.
Well, the farmland explains the statue out front. I don't know if you've looked at it, but it has the Barney family standing with at their feet watermelons, bowling pins, a bowling ball, and a baseball bat. I was very confused because I'm like, I didn't know you could farm those things. But apparently you can, and then it leads to a sports complex.
Yes.
All right, we will get our word on the official review momentarily.
After review, we did confirm that the rear blocker was out of play. As a result, they were not had superior position, so the cut call will be retracted. Tampa will retain their official review for the half.
Thank you.
All right. As I mentioned, excellent time for a review and worked out well. So scratch that cut track on the last point for Mermaid Massacre, and we will send Shark Bite out to jam for Tampa. Jewel Blackheart with the star for Sioux Falls. Now 163-109.
Not quite yet.
I was just anticipating it starting, and then the gun show continued.
Yeah. So yes, Shark Bite's able to come out and jam. The jammer result of that penalty does not have to then come back into that jam.
The official timeout is to adjust a clock adjustment. We'll get that jam started as soon as we get that corrected.
Thank you.
And underway we are. Shark Bite. Inside line, lead jammer Tampa. Jewel Blackheart, half a lap behind, also clears. As Sodak attack. One blocker to the advantage, and Shark Bite stumble through, call off the jam. No points for Sioux Falls. And looking like one for Tampa.
164. Perhaps 109, 24-37 in the game, the third place game. And 163 it is.
All right, Frico Suave, number 1217 with the star for Tampa is your lead jammer.
Oh no, high block.
All right, not your lead jammer. That would then be...
Now, was the lead jammer status called before the high block?
We will see.
Yeah.
That's what we're indicating. So Mono Loco is clearing on a scoring pass and now ducks through. But not lead jammer. So 4 points up, and we will go 2 minutes. Mono Loco cutting to the inside. Running up on Abby Normal and forced out of bounds. Abby Normal with a good solo defense.
Blocking and counter blocking in the pack, jockeying for position.
And Abby Normal again forcing Mono Loco out as Frico Suave back in, but Mono Loco clears with 4. Frico Suave also completing the initial pass.
And using force to just get through and, wow, building speed and then out the other side. No, has to reset.
Yep, just bumped enough. Mono Loco trying to call off, but not lead jammer, so 4 more points up.
30 seconds remain.
Taking us to 12 as Frico Suave finally completes that first scoring pass.
Whoa, apex jump.
And 4 points for it. Mono Loco now 16. Frico Swab by 4. As Frico back on the second scoring pass. Mono Loco attempting the jump, landed just out of bounds, although a penalty called. And a bonus going to number 10, Rain DePayne.
Had 2 penalties, so 60 seconds in the box, and that time pauses in between jams. 18 big points for the Sodak attack.
And I'm going to guess, from the hand gesturing and the apparent walking over, that was Rain DePayne's 7th penalty. So we do have our first foul out of the game.
Now, when that happens, that skater will leave the track, and then someone else from there we go, a teammate from Tampa, 975, Miranda Slambert, will serve that time. 169, 127, 21:59 in the game. It was 18-6, net 12 for the Sodak attack.
Little Miss Savage set to jam against Shark Bites when we start jam number 4.
Official timeout is just to address a foul out and catch up on paperwork.
Thank you. I was about to say, how do you know it's Shark Bites? No, Shark Bites with the... This is a timeout, of course. Feel free to confer with your teammates.
Exactly. Now it might be Juke. Maybe Shark Bites heads back to the jam, to the bench, and somebody else comes out. But it's a gamble I'm willing to take.
Timeout called.
Called or continued, yes. All right, I'm going to mention again, I mentioned this yesterday, but anyone new? I'm not sure if our Tampa viewers were paying attention yesterday. This is the 10th anniversary season for the Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby. They were founded in 2012 by Coach Painmaker as a week-long summer camp for girls aged 7 to 17. Demand for continued growth and learning was high. Regular practices began in the fall of 2012, and over the years, the league has expanded to include skaters of all genders and grown to have 2 teams, the B team Sodak Smash, and this year travel team, the Sodak Attack. And this is also their 2nd trip to JRDA champs. They finished 9th in 2019.
Yep, Solomon Loveland last time we were with you for JRDA champs. Team Hit Squad also covering things on the inside track. And here's the official word.
The additional timeout was to adjust a paperwork scoring discrepancy from the last jam. That should be corrected, and we'll go ahead and get this started.
Thank you. And yeah, speaking of which, Tampa, part of probably the closest game in junior roller derby history, the regional championship held in Tampa that had 3 different finishes because of some math being worked out at the end.
That's unfortunate, but exciting. Not unfortunate at all, but very exciting. Shark Bites lead jammer, Tampa Bay. And, penalty called. Oh, not a penalty. It was called and then waved off. Little Miss Savage back on the track with the unearned pass, and we got 4 points up for Shark Bites. Little Miss Savage back engaged. Shark Bites cutting to the outside. Miss Savage forced to the infield as Shark Bites clears. 4 more up for Tampa. Little Miss Savage once again forced to recycle back to the top of turn 2. As Shark Bites hops over a leg. Clears with 4, 12 total on the jam. And a high block called. That will send number 1 Speed Diva to the penalty box. As Shark Bites out. 4th pass, 16 total on the jam. And Little Miss Savage in the unhappy place, trapped behind all of the Tampa defense. Multiplayer block breaking the Sodak Attack pack down. Now 2 blockers on the track. Holy goodness me, that was That was the double. Whoa. That's Shark Bite hopping again to get to 24.
Multiplayer box, essentially you cannot play Red Rover out there for those watching for the first time. That's why they do not join hands, do not pull on uniforms, do not create that impenetrable link. And penetrating the pack there, 28 total now for Tampa. That is a game record.
Little Miss Savage forced to the infield. Recycles in, passes off the star just as the whistle blows. And a 32-point jam for Shark Bite, and Tampa takes Tampa to 208. Sioux Falls 127.
If that's not a tournament record, it's got to be close.
Very close, yes.
And in this era of 4-point scoring trips, that is, we'll divide that by 4, and that's how many times around in 2 minutes, plus 1 for the initial trip. My goodness. That's like Aaron Jackson speed almost.
Almost. All right. Next up, Frico Suave jamming against Lexabro. Frico Suave pushing 1 to beat and gets around 128. Mo Wicked to grab lead jammer. But Lexabro following quickly through. He is also out. Frico Suave juking to the left. Cut off at the outside. Calls off the jam. Lexabro not able to get any points. Refs conferring on the number of hips successfully passed by Frico Suave, and the answer is 3.
2:11, 1:30, 18:42 in the game for third place in the Open Division.
Princess Leia, starting jammer for Tampa, is also lead jammer. Jewel Blackheart jamming for Sioux Falls. And Jewel able to keep the feet in bounds and does exit the pack just as Princess Leia approaches from the rear. Princess Leia taken to the ground, calls off the jam.
Mid-trip.
And 2 points on the board for Tampa.
And each time the jam is called, as always, it takes 30 seconds off the clock, and especially in the second half, that benefits the team in the lead.
Does indeed. First time at the jammer line for Hank Killiams. Squaring off with Shark Bites. 4-on-4 in the pack. And a sweep to the inside. Lead jammer Hank Killiams. The crowd goes wild. Hank Killiams, youngest player on the Sioux Falls team, a mere 11 years old. Calls off the jam, no points either side.
Got a bright future, I say. Wow, lead jam, maintaining speed, then did see the opposing jammer and calling off the jam. But yes, lead jam first jam today.
Frico Suave, Mono Loco jamming for Tampa and Sioux Falls respectively. And Frico Suave forced out, Mono Loco through lead jammer.
2 in a row now for the Sodak attack.
Frico Suave turns to defense momentarily, but then dancing through the pack to clear to complete the initial. Mono Loco through in the scoring run, 4 points, calls off the jam.
High block on Dragon. Flomo also in the box, so that's 2-1 in the box. This will benefit the Sodak attack when we start again. Number 86, Death Ray, out of the game. Speed Diva will fill the time in the box.
So that's our second foul out of the game, 1 for each team. And we've got Shark Bites jamming against Jewel Blackheart. And Shark Bites out first, lead jammer.
First 1 and 3 for Tampa.
Jewel Blackheart struggling at the front. And yes, the foot just bumped out of bounds and forces Jewel back as Shark Bites picks up 4 points. Lane opened on the inside with the offensive sweep. Lets Jewel Blackheart get free. Shark Bites spinning through. Clears the pack with 4.
And number 92, Apocalypse, with the counter blocking to run offense, and then getting into defensive position just about 3 seconds later. So that's good blocking work from the All-Stars here. Always aware of what else is happening on the track.
All right, so 8-0 takes us to 2:21:134. Lexabro back out to jam for Sioux Falls. Number 22, Princess Leia, with the star for Tampa. And Princess Leia quickly through the inside edge, lead jammer Tampa. But Lexabro also through, packs it even at 3. Princess Leia, bumps in the middle, calls off the jam. And 3 points up for Tampa.
2:24:134, 13:55 in the game. Coming up next in about 35 minutes, FOCO versus the Pixies for 3rd place in the female division.
Frico Suave jamming for Tampa, but Judgmental for Sioux Falls is your lead jammer. Frico Suave forced to the outside.
3rd lead for the Sodak Attack in 5.
And Frico Suave some fancy footwork to get through the pack. As we see 128 Mo Wicked heading to the box. Frico Suave jump not landing cleanly. Choosing to keep the momentum going across and roll back behind the pack from the outside. And jam called off by Judgmental. And Judgmental not able to get any. Frico Suave picking up. Oh, sorry, Judgmental getting 2. Frico Suave not getting any. That makes more sense.
Timeout blue. Or teal, as some would say, but
Somewhat.
it's
blue on the scoreboard, so I suppose.
It's that meme about the colors that some people see and the colors that other people see. Like, just some of us are just Roy G. Biv, and others have the entire spectrum. Back with the Open Division, as this is the 3rd place game, the championship game in the Open Division, 1 p.m. local time, which would be in about 2.5 hours from now, with Philly and the Cherry Blossoms there for 1st place in the Open Division. The female division, as we mentioned, will coming up next in the 3rd place game, but also the championship game, 3:15 local time, with Rose City and Santa Cruz. So all the winners from yesterday meeting today for 1st place, and the runners-up playing for 3rd. Thank you for joining us from wherever you are this weekend. Hashtag JRDA champs. First one in quite a bit, and glad to be back.
Shark Bites with the star for Tampa. Mono Loco jamming for Sodak Attack, and Mono Loco gliding and taken down as Shark Bites is through, lead jammer. Sioux Falls 1 skater short in the pack. As
attempting the points by the end, however, shut out 4-0.
That fourth whistle blows when you're in the air. You're not getting the points.
Yeah, gotta land.
2:28:136 is our score. 12 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the game. And Hank Killiams back on the line for Sioux Falls against Princess Leia, number 22 for Tampa. And Princess Leia breaking Hank's streak of one lead jammer.
Yeah, now 4-5 on the lead for Tampa. Lightly.
Hank Killiams pushing towards the outside. Princess Leia taking the outside lane and then cutting through. Oh, but a forearm penalty called. So a 2-minute jam as Hank Killiams still working on the initial pass.
And got to break through the first time before you can score.
Yes, indeed.
Star passed.
Yes, Star is passed off to number 77, Judgmental. Judgmental completes that initial. Will don that helmet cover and now eligible for points.
Judgmental with 6 points so far in the game.
And there comes the Sodak sweep. Clears the way. 4 points up for Judgmental. Nice offensive maneuver.
Just coming to a full and complete stop with that Tampa defense and a wall, but then it breaks up. Offense being played. 4 points.
Princess Leia out of the penalty box, also on a scoring pass. Has points in the helmet cover, I believe, and now muscling through, bouncing off Hank Killiams to finish that pass and collect the 4 points. Judgmental, trapped at the back of the pack. Direction of play penalty called on Hank Killiams. So that will leave 2 blockers on the track for Sioux Falls. 4 more points up for Judgmental. Princess Leia forced out. Rolled well back by 92 Apocalypse. And finally, Princess Leia. Oh, nope. Cuts the track just as time ran out. Oh, unfortunate for Tampa.
Power start for the Sodak attack, which scored 12 points in that jam.
15 now.
15
a couple
total.
Extra came in after the pass. So 151, 232. 9.5 minutes to go. Mona Loco set for the power start.
Last 3 jams, 17-8 in favor of the Sodak attack. However, factoring in 2 other jams, that would be 11 more for Tampa.
Oh, Mona Loco had the inside lane, and it just shut immediately. And now off to the penalty box as well. He catch the call, but that will free Princess Leia. Princess Leia, I believe, lead still open. And with the penalty to Mona Loco, Princess Leia only option available for lead jammer and collect. Mona Loco back out, serving the shortened penalty. Princess Leia ducks, dodges, dips, dives around the outside, collects the 4 points.
I'll see about dodging the wrench.
Yes.
Oh,
Exactly.
there was.
And Princess Leia forced out. Mona Loco going to play the run back game and says, you know, I'm lead, right? I'm just going to call it off. I don't need to chase you.
Jammers free to engage each other anywhere in bounds. And yeah, they can still cut each other.
So a 4-0 run taking Tampa to 240 and Sioux Falls 151.
Number 1, Speed Diva for the Sodak attack. First time jamming, I believe.
Yes, indeed. And Speed Diva just choosing like, hey, if Shark Bites can get through, I'm just going to go right in the same space. Unfortunately, Shark Bite's able to squeeze just enough ahead to grab lead jammer, but Speed Diva is out and given chase. Shark Bites grabs a couple, calls off the jam. And by couple, I apparently mean 3.
Yep, passing the hips is what counts, and in close quarters, that's why we have the jam ref watching closely. 243, 151, 7:16 to go. Third place game.
New jammer out for Tampa as Mean Bean takes the star. Squaring off with Lexabro. Mean Bean going up the middle. Lexibro looking to the inside edge. Sioux Falls water falling towards the outside. Mean Bean inside lane picks up lead jammer.
But it's now 5 in a row for Tampa.
Lexibro forced to the outside once and then twice. And Mean Bean not able to land in bounds and fights to get back to the infield. Little Miss Savage with the run back on Mean Bean. And Frico Suave just holding on to Lexibro. Not letting him go anywhere.
You have one-on-one defense, and you also have pack defense.
Oh. It's a
And
slam.
one-on-one defense.
Lowering the boom. But a bit of a direction call, I believe, on that. 4 points up for Tampa. And that will take them to 247. Sioux Falls held to 151.
Following that net 11 jam 4 jams ago for the Sodak attack. Since then, it's been an 11.3 jam rally for Tampa.
Official timeout called. When we get things going again, we'll have a new jammer on the line for Sioux Falls as Cuddle Killer set to jam for the first time today.
7-8-9 Shark Bites tiptoeing up to the pivot line to talk strategy. Top 4 teams from each division qualifying through various regional playoffs this year. And we have, again, the top 4 right here at JRDA Champs. A little smaller as far as the teams qualifying for champs this year, but more playoff action, regional action to bring us here. So plenty of teams getting back involved with the Junior Roller Derby Association, and registration opens soon for the 2023 season.
We had a skater with that needed some attention by the medics. We're going to go ahead and get this started with a new lineup.
Thank you. Yeah, medical staff, along with practically everyone who sees something can point that out, and medical staff on the ready.
That was Mo Wicked getting checked over. I think had a little scraper, some other needing some attention.
Safety paramount, because if we don't have skaters, we don't have a game. And of course, we want to come back and play more.
Exactly. Like, I've got my Band-Aid. Let's go. All right, Cuddle Killer jamming for Sioux Falls. Shark Bites for Tampa. Shark Bites pushing to the front. Cuddle Killer looking on the outside. Oh, bumped out.
One-on-one defense by Flomo early on.
Shark Bites grabs lead jammer. Dragon picking up a forearm penalty, and Cuddle Killer is clear. As we are sitting 3-on-3 in the pack and racing to stay ahead. Shark Bites up against Jewel Blackheart. Bounces off and through for 4. Cuddle Killer also through with 4 points.
So that bench lemon net. Oh.
And Shark Bites clears through, calls off the jam after that second 4-point pass. So an 8-4 jam takes Tampa to 255. Now a 100-point lead. 155 Sioux Falls, 4.5 minutes to go.
Speed Diva and Frico Suave. 3-3 pack.
Speed Diva trying to the outside. Dragon going to pick up the cut track illegal re-entry penalty. And will return to the penalty box. Shark Bites out. Speed Diva also out. Shark Bites, Frico Suave is your lead jammer.
9 out of 10 lead jam calls, last 10 jams for Tampa.
Big pile up in the backstretch. And Speed Diva taking to the ground, but back up and pushing. Frico Suave outside and through. First scoring pass done, or second scoring pass done, rather. 8 total now on the jam. And Frico Suave slicing through the pack. Calls off the jam. So a 12-4 run. Now 267-159. We're down to 3.5 minutes to go in the game.
The winner of this game will receive the bronze medal for the open division, female division action starting next in 20 to 30 minutes from now with Foco and the Pixies.
Taco Bella back out to jam for Tampa. Little Miss Savage jamming for Sioux Falls. Taco Bella, only 2 blockers to defend, but Mo Wicked able to knock Taco Bella out and roll back. Little Miss Savage getting a bit of offensive assistance, but held up by all 4 Tampa blockers. And through for lead jammer.
10 of 11 on lead jam calls, 10 of 13 total.
And someone lost a toe stop.
Now we know who.
Yes, and I believe that's someone, Little Miss Savage. Which will make it a little harder pushing against that back. And jam called off. Taco Bella says, I don't want to see this star pass. We're just gonna call it off.
Now, but continuing to jam with a skater with skate trouble. Well, anyway, no, I have seen jammers have wheels going in different directions and still trying to continue the jam. So don't count anyone out.
No, indeed.
Just breaking the skate and carrying on with what's left.
Number 22. Princess Leia out first, lead jammer judgmental giving chase. About a quarter lap behind. As again, pack picking up pace, and Princess Leia says, I will take the 30 seconds and call this off.
Exactly, 1:24 right now and ticking. 269, 159. Studio audience here cheering on Sodak and what could be the final jam. The jam can last a full 2 minutes or until the lead jammer calls it off. If they call it off quickly, then may have another.
Atomic Anna, much to her surprise, now jamming. The Sodak attack bench right in front of us, and that was a great star handoff. Lead jammer shark bites, but Atomic Anna is clear. As Tampa losing number 3, Abby Normal, to the penalty box, and also another blocker heading to the box. That's Princess Leia.
Yep, this is going to this is going to affect the defensive power now on the scoring trip.
But when you have shark bites who can jump like that, who needs blockers? Atomic Anna through for 4. And star pass off. Whoa! As now Frico Suave taking the star. No points as he didn't have the star on during that pass, so Atomic Anna is clear. We also have no lead jammer, so we will go the full 2 minutes now.
All right, 1:04 to go.
The final jam of the game.
Everyone's standing and cheering on their teammates and up in the air. Well, if you don't say Frico, just look up. But did not stick that one, so has to reset.
Princess Leia back to the penalty box. Atomic Anna pushing at the front up against 666 Mean Bean as Frico Suave ushered toward the side. Out of play called.
Defense continued by Abby Normal. Mean Bean to the box.
Atomic Anna now passing the star off to Princess Diva, or to, Speed Diva. And Speed Diva is clear. 2 points in the cap on the way through.
16-12 net 4 for Tampa. 17 seconds to go. This is it.
And Speed Diva through for 4 more.
And those points being met. 2016 net 4 for Tampa still. 4 seconds.
And that will be that.
We'll wait on the count. Looks like fists in the air, so 0 there. But Sioux Falls Sodak attack unofficially 175 points. They had 74 at the, or 174 rather, so they did earn 100 points in this period of those 174. And Tampa 289, 159 at the half, plus whatever, coming up with 289, 20 points there, net 5 for Tampa in the final jam. Unofficial score right now. We'll have the official momentarily.
So Tampa Bay comes in and takes the third place bronze medal for the Open Division at the 2022 JRDA Championships. Sioux Falls Sodak attack fourth place. But hard fought and well played game today.